worst days in
Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, salutation to the Akim that's pushing this word throughout the four corners of the planet. Shalom to the elect. This is Obadiah 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. All right, and just showing, I got this clip queued up. All right, going into Esau's history. All right, because this is why the Lord said, "Never trust thy enemies." All right, let me get this. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemies, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. It says, Salakia, bear with me. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. All right, this is the point right there. I see now, the Lord said what? Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Right? Because Esau what? Esau, he's what you call domesticated, or seems to be domesticated. All right, he's like for an example, this guy right here on the screen, he has a suit on. All right, he has a shaven face. All right, he look harmless. All right, but this guy is the descendant of the same people that was committing these atrocities against, all right, our people. It says though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. Right? And that looking glass, what is looking back into Esau's past. All right? If you look back into this devil's past, you will understand that, all right, this devil hasn't changed not one bit. He's still the same serpent. He's still the same devil. It says, shall be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not altogether wiped away. So like it says, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Yeah, because even though, you look back on the past and you see the atrocities that they've committed against our people, all right, you got these jakes, all right, that say what? All right, let bygones be bygones. All right, live and let live. Right? But at the end of the day, if you look back into this devil past and then equate it to what's going on in today's time, you understand that this is the same old devil. All right, and nothing hasn't changed. Matter of fact, let me get this. This is Jeremiah 13 and 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may he also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Yeah, so Ethiopian can't change his skin. All right, a leopard can't change its spots. All right, and Esau can't change. All right, Esau cannot not be the wicked. All right, let me get this. Let me get this. Boop, boop, boop. This is Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in Salakia. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. But the just shall live by faith. Yeah, so Esau what? Okay. His soul is not Esau is not what you would call a man of integrity. All right, he's not a man you can trust. Why? Because the Heavenly Father created him. All right, that as a serpent, a crooked serpent, man. All right, and once again, this is going to show you. All right, the barbarism. All right, and hatred that this devil has had and still has for our people, man. Let's go.
In East Texas history. To this day marks one of the worst days in East Texas history. The black community in Slocum was gunned down and murdered. Many who survived fled to nearby towns, leaving behind their homes and their livelihoods. CBS 19's JJ Maldonado spoke with a descendant of one of the survivors and an author who's written extensively about the history in tonight's special report, The Slocum Massacre.
July 29th, 1910 was a day of bloodshed in Slocum, Texas.
In mobs ranging from dozens to hundreds went around killing African Americans on sight.
Newspapers from around the state and country documenting one of the worst days in East Texas history.
Starting on the 29th and going into the 30th and then residually into the 31st, mobs of white folks who cut the phone lines in the area. There were phones. They cut the phone lines so that the blacks lived there couldn't call out for help.
E.R. Bills is the author of the book, The 1910 Slocum Massacre, Enacted Genocide in East Texas. He's researched several massacres in the state and country as a journalist.
It was sort of shocking. I didn't know anything like that had ever happened in Texas. And just the fact also that it apparently had been covered up was sort of a shock to me.
The Slocum Massacre is believed to have been the result of hatred against the black citizens who were doing well in the community at the time. Bill says also an awful rumor had been circulating that the black community was going to rise and kill their white neighbors.
But it scared the white people enough that they took their kids and their wives and put them in churches and left white men outside to defend, reportedly. And then they went on a killing spree.
The official death count is listed as 8, although it's believed 200 to 300 black East Texans were killed in those 3 days. One of the victims was Alex Hawley. Constance Hawley Joaid is a descendant of the Hawley family. Her great-great-great-grandfather was Jack Hawley, a survivor of the massacre.
Jack?
Hey, and mind you, this is in the 1900s. All right, so this is not even that long ago. All right, a little bit over 100 and something years, right? This is Ezekiel 35 and 1. Moreover, the word of Adawan came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith Adawan Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Okay, and that's why the Lord is about to bring this judgment upon you devils. I will lay thy cities waste. It says, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Adawan. Yeah, so the Lord is going to lay this place flat by way of ICBM missiles. All right? For what reason? Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and had shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So, all right, and if you pay attention, all right, this was after post slavery. All right. This was post slavery. All right, so right, we were what considered what a free people, in the eyes of the law. And look what these devils was doing. They were still what? Oppressing us, all right, and destroying us. All right. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the times of their calamities, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Yeah, so when we was, so-called free, you devils continue to oppress us. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Adonai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Yeah, so the Lord is going to pursue you devils with that same lust for blood that you have for us. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountain with his slain men, and thy hills and thy valleys and all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. So the Lord is going to, what? He's going to make you devils, all right, pay for what you've done. It says, I will make thee perpetual desolation. It says, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Adonai. So the Lord is going to make you a perpetual desolation. And the same way you destroyed our towns, all right, and our cities, all right, the Lord is going to do the same thing to you. But guess what? You're not going to rebuild. The scriptures say they should build, but I will throw down. So that's what you devils got coming. All right, here we go.
Holly, who was the primary landowner and the owner of the only general store and many other businesses in Slocum at that time, and who was the primary target during the massacre. I am his great-great-great-granddaughter.
In the early 1900s, Jack Hawley was a successful businessman, which is not easy for someone enslaved until they were 19.
He started using his skills and his talents to make money for himself instead of the European, structure of chattel slavery. And so he did that just a bit too well. He owned a general store, a granary, a dairy.
Hawley survived the genocide, but was forced to flee his Slocum home and move to Palestine. He lost a son in the massacre and many, many relatives.
Having to lose a child, and having a child shot and wounded like that, I can't imagine what that feels like. I have 2 children, and I don't want to think about that. But it is something that many African parents, African American parents, Black parents are dealing with today, with their children being killed when they're not even armed.
So showing you what? All right, it's nothing new under the sun. All right, the same thing that they was doing then is the same thing that they're doing now. All right, they've been all right, showing their hatred, okay, for us ever since we got off these boats. All right, ever since we got off the boats, all right, these devil has been, okay, openly showing their hatred for us. All right, like she said, hey, it's no different than what's going on now. All right.
Shot in the back or shot with not even being aggressive, innocently shot. So 1910 to 2021, 111 years later, the same things are happening to us as parents, losing kids.
Exactly.
Today, Holly Jawaiz focused on keeping the history of the massacre memorialized. She was instrumental in getting a historical marker commemorating the deaths of her family members and so many others who were innocently shot and killed. The marker sits along a stretch of a long road in Slocum, and on every July 29th, Holly Jawaiz, along with many others, get together to remember the victims who died because of the color of their skin.
From the Slocum massacre, I would like everyone to know the importance of remembering, regardless of what others around you tell you to do. And if a people forgets their history or forget their history, they are destined to repeat it.
So there you go, man. All right, showing you that what? You know, hey, and this is why, hey, the Lord is coming back to wage war with this devil. This is Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Yeah, the Lord is he's revealing what the man is sin. All right, he's uncovering this devil. He's showing what everybody who Esau is. All right. All right, hey man, hey, this devil is being exposed, man. He's been recognized for the devil that the Bible speaks of. It says, "Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of out of wine right hand shall turn unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." So that's what we see. All right, we saying shameful spewing being, because years ago, hey, even to this very day, all right, you'll have Edomites. Okay, what they'll say, they didn't steal, because there's one Edomite I have, it was something online where this guy, it was like money coming down, like in a parachute, that they was like at a game, and the black guy jumped over the white guy head and like grabbed it. And when you go into the comment board, you had all these devils, all right, basically, committing him a theft, and he stole it, and this, that, and the third, and saying all these racist remarks. But I put on the comment board, you devils stole a whole continent and a nation of people, when you mad about some fiat money. And then, one devil said, we didn't steal, we conquered. So, Esau still got that sentiment, all right, that pride, right? He still thinks what? But shameful spewing is being brought upon y'all glory, and this is why y'all don't want to, a lot of you devils are ashamed of the crimes that your forefathers committed. All right, a lot of you devils. Hold on, Salaki, I gotta take this. All right, so yeah, you got shameful spewing being on this devil's glory, man. All right, he's been outed. All right, and he's been he's been pretty much the Lord is taking that hedge of protection off of him as being a fugitive and a vagabond, because when he was Cain, what the Lord put that hedge of protection around him. It said anybody that slave Cain, all right, shall receive sevenfold, roughly paraphrasing. But now what the Lord is, he's taking that veil off of Esau, and now he's been showing the fugitive and the vagabond. And the fugitive what is somebody that's a criminal, all right, somebody that's on the run from justice, all right. Hey, and not for nothing, but hey man, it's crazy because they got this massacre documented, but and they in front of this little plaque. But hey, these people that they killed had descendants, and their descendants, all right, why aren't there in descendants being all right, reunited with their land that their people own. All right, why their descendants being compensated for the things that happened to their peoples, man. All right, and we all know why, but hey, at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is gonna recompense us, man. Hey, so with that, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna say Shalom.